Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Bros Ministry channel. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, or evening when you are seeing this. And welcome back to the not forgotten series of Ecclesiastes. Now, I know it has been an absolutely long time, guys. That is my bad. I need to stay consistent with series, and some other ones that I've planned for the summer will actually be consistent so you guys can follow along and not have to take these massive gaps and jumps in your reading. But, I really wanted to, when I started Ecclesiastes, kind of seek purpose in my life and meaning, because Ecclesiastes is this kind of rhetorical story about just all these different wisdom, teachings, and sayings, and how life is meaningless, and it's just all like left in the wind, and the toiling is for nothing, working is for nothing, we're all gonna die. But I think we're starting to see glimpses of the kind of shift in Ecclesiastes, as we only have 2 more chapters, including today. So let's get into Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Let's see what God has in store for us. Of course, as I always say for this series, I am very uninformed. I am doing the best that I can, and I hope that you guys are getting good meaning and interpretation and understanding and wisdom from this. So let's jump into it. Cast your bread upon the waters. Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a portion to 7, or even to 8, for you know not what disaster may happen on earth. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves on the earth. And if a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. He who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. Okay, what do we got here? So, cast your bread upon the waters. Now, this sounds metaphorical, of course. And it seems that for you will find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 or even to 8, for you know not what disaster may happen on earth. It sounds like kind of take action almost a little bit here. It feels that you should cast your bread upon the waters, take action, throw yourself out there. You know not what disaster may happen on earth. Maybe I'm taking a stretch. That's just what it seems like to me. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves on the earth. And if a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. That is just a basic understanding of, if you do this or that, I think you'll go to that exact same spot. You're going down a path of destruction. You're going to end up in destruction, right? Like the tree. If you're leaning towards the path of righteousness, you're probably going to end up a pretty righteous person living a righteous lifestyle. If you swing left and you're on the path of wickedness, you're probably going to become wicked. I think that's just kind of a simple way of saying the actions that we take or the things that happen are kind of planned. All the actions that we do have an impact on what's going to happen, as seen with the tree. And he who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. The person who just observes and watches things are never actually going to accomplish anything, right? If we always are just watching these miraculous, wonderful things going on, we're never going to actually accomplish anything ourselves, right? Like Brandon and I, we wanted to create a channel. I especially, because I had watched so many people over the years. I had seen their amazing videos, their popularity, the faith that they had grown into over the years. And I was like, I want that. But I would just watch these videos. I'd live vicariously through them and not do anything myself. And this is literally the Bible saying, go out there and do it. Stop watching, stop waiting, take action and do it. And this is actually great practical wisdom for anything in our life. It is the summer right now. Most of you who are watching, you're probably not doing a lot of productive things. I'm going to take a guess. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, of course. But why not? Why not live life a little more full by, hanging out with your friends more rather than staying home and being on technology, or playing your favorite sport that you wanted to give up, but you kind of have this inclination that you might want to do it again. I don't know what the situation is, But I think that this is kind of God nudging us just a little bit to go out there and take action. Cast your bread upon the water. Go out there and cast your bread upon the water. Take action. Okay, let's continue to verse 5. As you do not know the way the Spirit comes to the bones in the womb of a woman with child, so you do not know the work of God who makes everything. I'm honestly just going to pause after that. That is true. We don't know everything God does. We don't know his what he's doing every day, but that's where we have faith, right? I don't know if God's helping me in volleyball right now. My back hurts, okay? I don't know if he's helping me or if he wants it. I don't know, but I have to have faith. I have to trust. I have to communicate with him, and I have to believe that he is working for me, that he is doing everything he can. And yeah, maybe I don't know, just like how the way the Spirit comes to the bones in the womb of a woman with child. I don't know that. I don't think you guys really know that either. And we just have to trust and have faith in God here. So I think that's what they're really just saying there. We need to have faith and trust that God is at work in everything, even though we don't always see it. Verse 6, in the morning sow your seed, and at evening withhold not your hand, for you do not know what will prosper, this or that, or whether both alike will be good. Stop there again. Verse 6 is kind of what I was talking about with taking action in the first 4 verses. You don't know what action is going to trigger everything. The butterfly effect, right? We have no idea how far, how grand the scope, the depth of our actions have impact on others, on the world, everything, in the galaxy. Who knows, right? So why not continue with action? Don't be lazy. Don't hold back. Do your best that you always can do, because you never know the impact that you're going to have. Verse 7, light is sweet, and it is pleasant for the eyes to see the sun. Now this one, a little bit more confusing. Light is sweet, and it is pleasant for the eyes to see the sun. I think this is just honestly innocence and kind of the beauty of just like the physical light of God. Almost, I feel like it's kind of, it is pleasant for the eyes to see the sun. I mean, you could connect that to the S-O-N, Son, Jesus Christ, right? And how he's a reflection of the lives that we should be living. He's amazing to read about, to listen to, because he is the greatest thing that's ever happened on this earth, and he died for our sins. I think here, honestly, I just think of it as God is good, and it's awesome to be in connection to God. So yeah. Verse 8, so if a person lives many years, let him rejoice in them all. But let him remember that the days of darkness will be many. All that comes is vanity. Okay, back to vanity, right? And back to meaningless. So if a person lives many years, let him rejoice in them all. But let him remember that the days of darkness will be many. All that comes is vanity. I think that this is just a warning that we do get to live very long, amazing lives. But in our lives, there's always going to be darkness, right? Whether you're at the lowest, right now you're at your lowest point, or at your highest point, things can get worse. I'm going to be honest with you, you don't think it can, but things will go worse. And if you're doing really good in life, it's not going to last, right? But we still need to just enjoy life that much more because of how unpredictable it is. We don't know if we're going to wake up tomorrow. We actually don't. We don't know if we're going to win that game or get that girl or guy. We don't know, right? But that's what brings life this meaning and this joy. It's unpredictable. If we knew everything that was going to happen, I wouldn't enjoy it at all, right? It's the unpredictability. It's that just that there's no way of knowing what's going to happen next. That can just kind of, you should just enjoy it more, right? Because there's going to be darkness. There's going to be evil. There's going to be pain and suffering. Verse 9. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. Walk in the ways of your heart and the sight of your eyes, but know that for all these things God will bring you into judgment. Okay, youth, right? A lot of us, probably most of you watching, are in your youth. If you're not, that is totally okay. You're always in your prime, as I like to say it. But I think that this is kind of not just about the young days. I think this is about the kind of more young, naive versions of ourselves, whether we're physically young or not. It's our spiritual youth, right? Because For all these things, God will bring you into judgment. Whether you're young or old, we're still going to get judged by the sins that we commit every single day, right? We're naive. We're gullible. We'll fall into sin and traps all the time. And I think this is just something that will improve in our spiritual journey over time. We're going to see these things and understand how we can do things better. But I think that it's absolutely true. In the youthfulness of your journey with Christ, it's going to be hard. And that's okay, right? We're going to mess up. We're going to fail. We're going to fall into sin. And that's totally fine. I don't want you guys to think that you have to be perfect. Not at all, right? I sin all the time and I want to be better, and I'm getting better. And I've gotten so much better from where I was. And you will go on a similar journey, and we are growing. But I think that it is definitely true that in the youth of our spirituality, it's going to be a tough journey, but we are nonetheless going to go upon it with full hearts, right, for God. Okay, let's close out verse 10. Remove vexation from your heart and put away pain from your body, for youth and the dawn of life are vanity. I think this is focusing on life too much is going to bring, I don't know, maybe focusing on the material, as this is the vanity part, can trap us away from looking towards what God has for us and what he has done for us. I think that this is, again, put away pain from your body, for youth and the dawn of life are vanity. If we live for the things of the world, it is vanity. No offense, but if you're just living for money, if you're living for success or fame, that is vanity. That's not going to bring you happiness and joy in life. And there will be a point where you are at rock bottom and you'll be like, God, I need you, right? It's true. If you live that lifestyle, if you live in your sport, if you live in your academics, whatever it is, that is vanity. And I think this is just our reminder. Remove it from your heart. Put your heart towards God, because God is going to fulfill you and bring you everlasting peace that the material things are not going to bring you guys. So that is it. Just 10 verses today, right? We have one chapter left of Ecclesiastes, guys. I am praying for you. I hope that God is blessing you and that you are doing amazing. It is never too late to return to God, whether you're in a great season with him or in a time where you're far away. Let this be a reminder to you to call back to God today, because he's waiting for you with his arms open. I'll be praying for you guys. I hope it's a blessed day. See you in the next video.